Community Center's goal to eliminate multi-generational poverty in Lincoln and the surrounding area. It's the Malone Radio Show with Executive Director John Goodwin and Sports Director Mike Hunter every Wednesday night from 9 to 10 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What a day. I could sure use an afternoon pick-me-up. Hold up. The new 93.7 The Ticket location has a milk, coffee, and tea inside? Oh, yeah. This is a game changer.
Need an afternoon pick-me-up? How about a coffee or smoothie on your way to work? Stop by the Ticket Mill location on 1040 O Street to get your go-to drink or try out our new game day drinks exclusive to the Ticket Mill location. We know it'll make your day a million times better.
Hey, neighbor.
Nate, there's a fully inflated hot air balloon in your backyard.
I know. Isn't it great?
But why? You can't keep it there. The homeowners association will go crazy.
Oh, I'm not going to keep it up there. I'm going to fly it over the Nebraska football game on Saturday to get the best seat in the house.
Nate, you don't have to do that. Just enter the Nebraska Lottery's Lotto America Ticket Snap promotion. Until August 5th, buy a Lotto America ticket with the All-Star bonus and enter the voucher number online for a chance to win Nebraska football Skybox season tickets, an incredible football and volleyball weekend experience, or regular football season tickets.
Well, that is a better way to get a great view.
Yeah, one other question. Why is the balloon in the shape of a giant volleyball? You were going to fly over a football game.
It's the only decent thing the rental place had left. It was either this, a hockey puck, a banana, or a giant poodle. Even I have my standards.
Lotto America top prize odds, 1 in 26 million.
By now, most of you know how important the Honda of Lincoln sales and service team are to the Lincoln market. Hello, Charlie Stone here, and joining me is Andy Goodyear from Honda of Lincoln to tell you about the great news they just received. Andy, please tell us all about it.
Each year, the Lincoln Journal-Star has an award program called the Lincoln Choice Award, where the customers in Lincoln get to choose the best places to do business. Great pleasure I get to announce that Honda of Lincoln has won the award for buying new cars, used cars, automotive repair, and even oil changes.
That is amazing, Andy. Any more good news?
Yes, there is, Charlie. We now have more than 100 new Hondas in stock, with hundreds on the way, and a huge selection of all makes and models on our pre-owned lot.
Incredible. Maybe it's time you come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Early break with Sip and Jake.
I'd never turn it off. I'd never turned it off. I would never turn it off. I go flat 9. Ooh. I like it. I just love the sound of it.
I'd turn it off. I'd walk to a different bar. I wouldn't.
Seriously?
It's horrible. It's horrible.
Bill, what is the why?
It's a 194.
Why?
This doesn't. No, it's
that's
just
their biggest
no.
despair we've ever had.
Yeah, it's a 194. Nothing. There's that one good thing about that song.
Why?
I've never questioned you more in my life.
Early break with Sip and Jake from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket. This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. It's time for the finish line with Bree Fansteel and James Rowland. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Start your engine!
Welcome into the finish line on 93.7 The Ticket. My name's Bree Fansteel, joined by my host James Rowland, Rebecca Pearson, and Ben Ben.
Yep.
If you don't know, tune into last week's episode.
Exactly.
And we also have Caden Murray with us, Eagle Raceway's flagman. He will be talking about, he actually got to do the flagging with the High Limits race that was earlier in the season, and then the Lucas Oil late model race. So we'll have him on today to talk about what he does, what he experiences, as well as he does some racing himself. Let's get going. You know, Caden, who are you? Give us a little background here.
Oh, I am a 23-year-old that just enjoys racing way too much.
Enjoys racing too much. Tell us, what do you race?
I race Sport Compacts. It's the lowest entry-level class that you can get into. I enjoy the class. Just wish some cars or some people would learn how to drive a little bit better, but
Yeah, I think we get that in about every class as a sport mod driver, and you've flagged those races. I think you know all too well.
Yep.
You've won some races, haven't you?
Yeah, I got one win this year, and I think I got a total like 14 wins in my 6 years I've done it.
Oh,
been doing it. I
dang.
guess.
Okay, so who are your sponsors?
Actually, I have to look it up, but I have it all.
That's all right. So he flags at Eagle Raceway. He's the head flagman. If you don't know about Eagle Raceway, they're open for a full season of entertainment and dirt track racing action every Saturday night, including the big specials like the High Limit Sprint Car Series race that was earlier, and then the Lucas Oil race that James and I attended, and we got to get some interviews with some drivers and crew members. So that was really fun. Eagle Raceway has stock cars, sprint cars. They've got the notorious sport modifieds and modifieds, as well as hobby stocks out there. You can catch them on Saturday nights. And I believe, James, is there a special price to get in next week?
Yes, actually, there is. This coming Saturday, July 27th, it's going to be Fan Appreciation Night at Eagle Raceway. So adult entry fees, just $10 to get through the gate and check out our 5 big classes of IMCA racing action. And we've got a bit of a special intermission activity that I can't speak for Caden. I don't know if
same as last year?
Yeah, I don't know if it's
What
quite
happened?
my favorite. It's the water balloon toss, where all of us, I'm going to use the air quotes when I say officials, because they have guys like me and Dan involved too. But it's the official water balloon toss. So if somebody made a call that you didn't like, if Caden didn't throw the black flag at the right person, you can purchase a water balloon for $1 and throw it at that official. You can buy as many as you like. We'll keep the water balloons going, and at intermission, we're all going to get very, very wet.
Can drivers partake in this activity?
Are you wanting to get water balloons thrown at you? Because I'm
no,
sure
no,
that's...
no.
Oh, you
the
want to
other way.
buy
I
some.
want to throw
Do the
them.
tossing, yeah.
And you'll make a lot of money because I can't throw to save my life. So it might take me a few tosses.
I'm going to throw myself under the bus here. Absolutely, you can come down and buy some water balloons and pelt Roger. But
That is
fair
on
warning.
the record.
Roger likes to use his employees as a human shield, so he's going to be pretty hard to get. But speaking of bad throws, last night at Eagle Raceway, I tried my hand at doing some T-shirt throwing. I'll have to see if we can get you guys the video from Advantage Racing TV. But the very first shirt that I attempted to throw. So I'm walking down behind the flag stand, and I have my microphone in my right hand, which means I attempt to use my left arm as my throwing arm.
And you're right-handed, right?
Was it embarrassing?
I'm left-handed,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it was incredibly
It's a good-
embarrassing.
Oh,
You're probably going to be mad at me, Rebecca,
I
because
am?
I took and went to lob this shirt, and I think I hung on to it too long. And it launched about 12 feet to the left and went behind my shoulder and straight into the trash can.
Oh my goodness.
Never fear, I picked it up, changed microphone hands, and absolutely yeeted that thing with my right hand. And it turns out I can actually throw right-handed. So congratulations. If you got a red shirt from me last night, there's a possibility that it was at the, well, it wasn't at the top because there wasn't much trash in it, luckily.
Oh
So,
my goodness.
It
I
didn't
could have
get
left
dirty.
that
It's
part
like throwing
out.
trash. Yeah, really. Don't tell anybody you threw trash
It's
at them.
seasoned. Well,
So
also-
you're left-handed, but you threw the shirt with the right hand better than the left.
Yeah. So I
Okay.
guess I'm ambidextrous. I'm definitely
Okay.
left-handed as a rider, but I drive and apparently throw with my right hand.
And we didn't even follow up last week. We were so into talking to each other. I think we didn't cover anything. We didn't cover like this, the series, whether you guys threw out shirts, that Monday or anything.
Yeah, so we were going to throw out shirts,
Mhm.
but if you were out there, it was scorching hot.
It's a little
So
warm.
we ended up giving out wristbands as well as sweatbands. It was
Sweatbands.
perfect that we brought
Perfect.
those,
Yeah.
and then we also gave out. We had some sunglasses as well.
Mhm.
We were tossing those out,
Cool.
but James and I kind of had the idea that if you haven't already, you should go to Eagle Raceway, go up to the announcer's booth, holler at them, and they should have some 93.7 The Ticket shirts left, maybe.
Certainly do. I believe I've
Yes.
got 10 still rolled up in a backpack ready to go this weekend.
Awesome.
Perfect.
All right. I am going to research the shirt launcher, whatever that thing is. You know,
that'd
we
be so
need to-
cool.
We do have
Like
one
a-
at the racetrack. I think
Oh, you
we have
do?
it
James
fixed.
needs a
Okay.
safety strap like those Wii controllers
Yeah,
had
yeah.
for the wrist. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
James needs that so he doesn't
Either
throw
that
the
or we don't-
launcher.
Don't give him
out the
that duty
window.
anymore. Yeah.
Oh,
exactly.
I
So-
see. Now, that's what I get for telling my own story.
No, that was okay. It was perfect because I've got one I just thought of. So we also had the little footballs that we gave
Oh,
out
yes.
to like support sports and everything else. And they were okay with it. So please don't fire me, boss. But I definitely hit somebody right in the noggin with a football. I drilled him so
Wow.
hard. And I was like,
They're
sorry. And he just laughed. He was
They're
cool
soft.
about
Did he
that.
keep the football?
Oh, yeah. Of course he
Oh,
did.
good.
Yeah, because there's something you just want, right? They're like a stress ball, and you can throw them around. You give them to your kids. You know, everybody wants them. It doesn't matter.
Glad I could get that off my chest.
Yeah, definitely. Well, speaking of getting things off your chest, where can people watch us? You know, what's the text line?
Yes,
like
of
some those
course.
things?
You can watch us on YouTube, Twitter. You can watch us on which Twitter is now X. You can watch us on Facebook Live, and you can also comment in on Facebook Live and on YouTube. We've got the Allo channel as well. James, what's that phone number?
402-464-5685. Did you need a little help there, James?
Yeah, I think so.
You had
I-
that deer in the headlight look.
Yeah, I had the number down at the bottom of my race
my.
roundup.
That's all right.
Okay.
Well, you can see us there. We also do want to give a shout out to our other show sponsors as well. We were talking about this before the show. One of our favorite sprint car drivers, as we can all agree, is Mike Boston. Mike Boston has been racing out there in sprint cars. I think he was on the show a couple weeks ago. He was talking about like his 51st year. And he is now the proud owner, manager, runner, chassis builder at Eagle Motorsports. So they build a lot of different sprint car chassis, from big sprint cars down to mini sprints and micros as well. And he's been behind the seat, behind the wheel of those cars. He's been wrenching on those cars. So certainly if you have any questions, make sure you look him up. Mike Boston, he is the go-to chassis builder for all your sprint car needs. We also have Stern Company, and we had Caitlin Stern on as well. Do you want to tell us a little bit about Caitlin Stern and the Stern Company, Rebecca?
Sure. So Stern Company is our title sponsor. They've been a partner with us for about a year or so. They distribute fuels and lubricants in the Nebraska, Idaho, some of the other states area, and have been supportive of the race team. So they sponsor Mike Boston's car, just like we do. So they've been a partner with us. Caitlin came on and talked about a whole bunch of things. James could maybe even give us a highlight because he was the one actually doing the interviewing. But Caitlin is one of the family owners and came and shared her wisdom with us, and we taught her a little bit about racing too.
Yeah, Caitlin was pretty great. I was actually a little bit flattered that I impressed a chemical engineer.
Yes.
With a little fun fact I got from a quality animated TV show.
And what was that fun fact? Do you remember?
C3H8, the chemical compound of propane, as learned from King of the Hill.
Okay.
You memorized that?
I've watched that show too many times.
Oh, is there like a little song that goes with that you need to sing for us?
No,
Okay.
No, there's no song, and
Uh-oh.
we won't get too far into the episodic nature of King of the Hill, but we will go ahead and get into the race roundup here really quick. Mother Nature did win out at a couple places. Bree and I thought that it was going to win out Friday night at Beatrice, but didn't. But unfortunately, Boone County Raceway and the Junction Motors Speedway were a wash for the weekend. Rolling right into your race results, we had Sunday at Beatrice Speedway for the Joey Herget Memorial. Dylan Richards won the Sport Compacts. Hobby Stocks went to Nick Ronnebaum. Sport Mods to Tyler Nayrud. Jordan Grabowski picked up the modified win. I am super upset with myself for leaving before the start of that one. And your Dirt Crown stock cars went to Dallin Murdy. Monday night, everybody here was out at the Eagle Raceway for the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Hudson O'Neill in the new ride in the 71 picked up the win. And Kyle Vanover took home the win in your stock car division. Diverting from that for just a second, Caden, did you have to carry down those trophies at all? Eagle actually had some really unique trophies Monday night. They were full-fledged firearm safes, wrapped.
Big.
Yeah, big and heavy.
Holy moly.
Yeah, Kyle wouldn't let him put that on his car. They had to take it up with the Gator.
Oh, I don't blame him. Those were like, you could use those safes.
Yeah.
Do you know how tall they were?
about 6 foot.
That's a big trophy.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I asked Kyle how that kind of stacked up because Kyle Vanover has won a ton of big races in the stock cars throughout the area. And he said that would probably be a second place trophy, but his favorites are, he's got a couple of them and they're all from memorial races. So
Maybe we'll have to get him on sometime.
we might need a bigger studio.
Tell him to bring the trophy. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't call him the big man on campus for nothing. Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series also moved down to the Shelby County Speedway for their first visit on Tuesday night. Great looking crowd of fans down there on Tuesday. We also saw Hudson O'Neal pick up the win, and in your IMCA late models, it was Zach Zeitner. Then the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series went down and invaded the Huset's Speedway for the $53,000 to win Silver Dollar Nationals. I just grabbed the winners from last night, but they were racing Wednesday on. It was Devin Moran picking up the win in your Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series, taking home $53,000. And
he needs that safe.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe he can get with Kyle Vanover and get that worked out, or maybe work out a deal with Hudson O'Neal since they're, rolling into the same pit area every night. Bill Layton picked up the win for your Malvern Bank Super Late Model Racing Series. US 30 on Sunday night. That's what started your weekend of, we'll call it Gremlins.
Testing and tooting.
All right.
We'll talk about that later.
All right. Perfect. Crown Vic, Levi Miller picked up the win. I believe his first one on the year. Hobby Stocks went to Colin Hine. Justin Swoboda picked up the win in your Sport Mods. Stock Cars went to Scott Smith. Heard that there was a little bit of calamity with that one. Maybe we can get into that a little bit later on. But in your late models, Anthony Roth picked up the win. Back to Beatrice Speedway on Friday night. I was down there for that one. Good 2-3 lines of racing. There was a little bit of calamity in the compacts.
That was a nice track. That was a super nice track.
I can agree with that one. Unfortunately, the night we'll stay into that for you a little bit later on. Compacts were kind of your calamity corner. They were doing some sport mod things out there. But your winners, Mod Lights were in town. Scott Naggetts picked up the win, as he does. He is just a master in the Mod Lights. Your sport compacts went to Johnny Thomas. Hobby Stocks went to Adam Wasserman. Great finish in that one as well. Wasserman kind of charged through the field on that deal. Stock Cars, Kyle Vanover really having a heck of a week, picking up the win over at Beatrice on Friday night. Nearly picked up the win at Eagle on Saturday. Your sport mods went to Taylor Metz, and your modified winner, Jordan Grabowski, another guy with a multiple win week. Moving over to Eagle Raceway Saturday night, we were all out there. Mike Nichols picked up the win, narrowly edging Kyle Vanover at the finish. Sport mods went to Noah Williams. That's 2 in a row for the 27W. Johnny sat off with the open motor. You hear that, sport mod guy or modified guys? Open motor. Picked up the win. Dylan Richards picked up his 6th hobby stock win of the year at Eagle Raceway. And your sprint cars went to Jason Danley in a stunner of a race. It came really down to the wire between himself and Cody Ledger. Caden, you want to talk a little bit about that sprint car finish last night?
Honestly, with like 6 or 7 laps to go, I thought it was Cody Ledger that was leading it. And then I looked up on the scoreboard and I seen the 4 and I'm like, there's no way. I didn't see him pass him. But I just threw the white Kyle throws the white and I threw the checkered on the 4. So I made the right call on that because otherwise I wasn't for sure.
Do I need to find someone who can hack the scoreboard and put the 33 up there and then you throw the checkered flag and we'll call her good? Or how's that work?
No, you'll probably make the tower a little angry, but
oh yeah. I'll get canceled.
Yeah.
Well,
so who's got responsibility for the numbers up there? Is that somebody up in the booth?
Yeah, so Jim, he does the hand scoring, and then I'm really bad with names. I can't think of the other lady that does the
Linda.
Linda does the actual live timing, like whenever they pass the scoring loop.
Okay, good. So she's reliable. She's the one in control. So we have to kidnap Linda.
So Caden, what is your process? You're up there, you're flagging. Do you have this is kind of weird. Do you have stretches you have to do?
No.
What is you just get in there and start throwing flags? I mean, is there a technique to it? Tell us about being a flag man.
Basically you just go up there, you do the job, and then you go home. I don't usually do any stretches unless my arm's hurting because I flag Thursday nights, and then Friday I sometimes race, sometimes. And then when it comes to Saturday, I'm usually tired, but usually don't stretch. The funny thing is actually Roger makes all the calls. All I do is up there is just wave the flags, and I mean I could put my input in it, but it's all Roger. And then Pat, he's the cone guy. Him and him go at it with the calls and everything like that.
So when you're going, it's nice because you give hand signals. So first off, thank you for that. I love the halfways, the 4 to go, 5 to go. Yeah. Yada, yada, yada. What is so anyone who doesn't know about flagging or calls or anything like that, can you walk us through the different color of flags that you have and what they mean and what like your halfway mark is going to look like?
So we have the yellow flag, that means slow down. We have the green flag, that means you go as fast as you can around the track. The white flag, 1 to go. And then for the heat races, I do 1 checkered flag, which that finishes the race, and then the A main, you get double checkers. It's kind of a cool thing, I guess.
I didn't. Okay, I like that.
You have to learn how to wave them properly together, and you got a little training there on how to wave the flag.
Yeah. So during my off season, I watch.
You wave those fast.
Yeah, you're pretty good at it.
Yeah, so during the off season, I actually watch a lot of racing online, flow racing, Dirt Vision, all the jazz and everything like that. And I watch the flagmen, and I try doing what they do and put it in perspective, I guess.
So you're like, you don't just show up and flag and then you're good to go. You're actually putting in the work, the prep work behind the scenes to make sure that we as drivers can see what's going on clearly, as well as the fans have a good experience.
Yeah. I'm more for the drivers instead of actually doing my job, I guess, if that makes any sense. Like I want the racers to know that which flag is what, and 5 to go, and then 4 to go, and everything like that.
So your checkered flag, it's black and white, and then you have your white flag, which is just white, and there's 1 lap in between those two. So it's directly white flag. The next time I come around, it's checkered flag. If you've got a dirty visor, if you're squinting, like I've heard it happen. I've done it. I've heard it happen from people who have raced for 30, 40 years. You see the white flag, and sometimes if you're not paying attention, or if like you're as in the driver's not paying attention, or we're not seeing those hand signals, we may mistake that as a checkered flag, and you throw away a feature win, and that's a big deal. So it is nice that you're not lazy with those things. You're really, when you're going out, you're throwing those flags. We can see them, and we can see clearly when the race is over.
Yeah, kind of going with that. I don't want to name too many people, but this track down on Friday nights, he flagged the white flag twice for Dylan Richards, and that was a pretty big deal. And he also flags Concordia Raceway, which the track I race at. And I've actually physically went up to him and I said, "Hey, you need to do this. You need to do this. Just give me my 2 cents."
Just kind of help out.
Yeah, because I mean, I've been doing it for 4 years, I guess, and I kind of feel like I'm not really the top guy, but like I'm up there.
Well, you're at a big racetrack. Like the expectations, I would assume, are high. As well as for announcing. I mean, James, you're on a radio show. Dan's on a radio show. So no, is there any other flags? Like maybe you're saying 33B, you're gonna get lapped. What flag would you throw out for that one?
The flag that I use, that I don't use actually, is the blue and yellow flag. It's all blue and then has a stripe with the yellow. I usually use my finger or the yellow flag because I'm always holding the yellow flag, because if there's a yellow, I want to be first to throw the yellow.
Understandable.
Speaking of the yellow flag, I think we should probably jump into our first break. Race fans, you're listening to The Finish Line on 93.7 The Ticket.
Hey, bestie. Whoa, how'd you snag that awesome set of wheels? I'm in the market for a new car, too. My friends at Members Own Credit Union. You're always in the driver's seat when it comes to your finances at Members Own. Always in the driver's seat, huh? Yep. They set you up with the loan that makes sense for your budget, with great rates and top-notch customer service to boot. Looks like we're going to need to make a pit stop. Let's go. I'll drive. Hit the road to financial success and explore auto loan options with your best financial friend, Members Own Credit Union. For details, go to membersowncu.org/drive. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Football season is nearly here, and your long wait for year 2 of Matt Rule is almost over. Gear up for the season with 93.7 The Ticket's coverage of Big Ten Media Days from July 23rd to the 25th, live from Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. Jay Foreman, Amon Green, Adam Carricker, Chancellor Brewington, Derek Pearson, Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Nick Sainer will be in Indy for our shows Tuesday through Thursday. Getting the latest news from Nebraska and everyone else around the conference. Coverage of Big Ten Media Days is brought to you by 1890 Nebraska, Stevens and Smith Construction, The Complex, Warhorse Casino, and Riddles Jewelry.
You can get diesel anywhere, but what about Atomic Diesel? That comes from Stern. Atomic Diesel is your solution to all your cold weather problems. Prevent clogged fuel filters, increase your fuel economy, and save money with Atomic Diesel. Contact Roger at Stern today by calling 1-800-477-2744 to see how Atomic Diesel and the rest of their line of fuels and lubricants can keep your operation running at max capacity.
Play ball!
Looking for the ultimate change-up from the typical family nights? How about a Grand Slam good time with friends and coworkers? Then unleash the fun at Haymarket Park with an action-packed, thrilling season of Salt Dogs baseball. Choose from 50 home games now through August with daily and weekly specials your whole pack can enjoy, including group discounts. Don't miss out on the magic and the excitement.
Strike three, you're out!
Visit saltdogs.com to reserve your tickets today. Unleash the fun.
Bagels and Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in July. Try any of their delicious breakfast burritos or sandwiches for a great summer breakfast with the family. And don't forget, 10% of all Karma Latte sales go to the Pediatric Cancer Action Network. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
At Fairway Meat Market, your family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now through July 21st, enjoy USDA Choice 8-ounce bacon wrap tenderloin for $4.99 each. St. Louis spare ribs for $2.88 per pound. All natural whole Boston pork butt for $1.88 per pound. 93% lean ground beef for $4.99 per pound in a 10-pound tube. And Boulevard 6-packs for just $5.99. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Tune in every Wednesday night from 9 to 10 p.m. for the Malone Radio Show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Don't miss the opportunity to learn about the Malone Community Center's goal to eliminate multi-generational poverty in Lincoln and the surrounding area. It's the Malone Radio Show with Executive Director John Goodwin and Sports Director Mike Hunter every Wednesday night from 9 to 10 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Vershawn Jackson, the captain here for The Body Shop. And man, did they hook me up with a great massage recently. The captain has a lot of stress in his life, as many people do. And for 1 hour, it was all relieved. The team at The Body Shop gave me a deep tissue massage that hit every area that I was in pain at. Whether you're looking for a Swedish massage, sports massage, deep tissue, hot stone, aroma, or more, there's only one place to go. The Body Shop at 48th NA. Book an appointment today at thebodyshoplincoln.com.
Are you looking to upgrade your farm equipment? You're in luck. Acres, your premier John Deere dealer, recently dropped its prices on select late model tractors, combines, planters, and sprayers. Trade in your old equipment today and get never-before-seen discounts that can save you over $100,000. With great financing options and our A-plus support, there's no better time to upgrade. Visit your local Acres store or see the huge savings at acres.com. That's AKRS.com to see the best prices in the nation.
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Hey, neighbor.
Nate, there's a fully inflated hot air balloon in your backyard.
I know. Isn't it great?
But why? You can't keep it there. The homeowners association will go crazy.
Oh, I'm not going to keep it up there. I'm going to fly it over the Nebraska football game on Saturday to get the best seat in the house.
Nate, you don't have to do that. Just enter the Nebraska Lottery's Lotto America Ticket Snap promotion. Until August 5th, buy a Lotto America ticket with the All-Star bonus and enter the voucher number online for a chance to win Nebraska football Skybox season tickets, an incredible football and volleyball weekend experience, or regular football season tickets.
Well, that is a better way to get a great view.
Yeah, one other question. Why is the balloon in the shape of a giant volleyball? You were going to fly over a football game.
It's the only decent thing the rental place had left. It was either this, a hockey puck, a banana, or a giant poodle. Even I have my standards.
Lotto America top prize odds 1 in 26 million.
Back to the finish line with Bree Fansteel and James Rowland on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back, race fans, into the finish line on 93.7 The Ticket or theticketfm.com. You can also check us out wherever you watch your live streams, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube. We're all over the world. Back again with Bree Fansteel, Caden Murray, and Rebecca Pearson, and Ben M.O.B.
B-E-N-M-O-B.
Not Bun.
Not Bun.
No, not Bun.
Oh, I thought we were going to let it go. I'm glad.
Oh, no. No, I called myself out on that.
No, I had
Okay.
to catch up.
So we were talking about flags and the different things that they mean. We've got a couple more that we want to talk about with Caden Murray, the head flag man at Eagle Raceway. He also flagged some other tracks, other shows, and he got to do the flagging for the High Limit Sprint Car Series, the 410s, and the Lucas Oil Super Late Models at Eagle Raceway this year. And we'll talk about that as well. We were talking, we've got a red flag and a black flag. What are those used for?
The red flag is when something happened on the track, either a rollover or someone in the stands not feeling well. We would have to stop the races and we would throw the red light on and everything like that.
Or somebody standing outside of the catch fence.
Oh, I knew that was
next to the
randomly
track.
walking onto the track. What
about
was
that.
that all about? My gosh.
What was the thing you yelled out on the microphone, James? Did you say shame?
I did. I've never had the opportunity to do that before, so I apologize if you're a listener. We all make mistakes sometimes, but that was a pretty boneheaded
I wonder what
move,
they were
and-
thinking. I'm trying to imagine what they were thinking.
So red is to stop the cars, and sometimes cars don't understand that red means stop, just like your
Yes.
stoplight. When it's red,
yes.
So that's what that's for. It sounds like it's for in case of emergencies. If there's maybe people just aren't getting lined up and you guys need a second. If there's you said
Fire.
Accidents, yeah.
Touchy
Yep.
subject. Touchy subject.
Fire.
Well, or the other thing is I know Eagle Raceway has a celebration award for the winner of the feature that has the best celebration. So if like Shaylee Bade, who we had on as our first guest, does a bunch of donuts and kicks all that dust up, which by the way is so cool. She's done it twice now. If that happens, I would assume you guys kind of go red, so that way the other class that's coming on after, well, she's sprint car, but if someone else were to do it, the other class that's coming on isn't driving in the way of that celebration.
Usually we don't go red on that. Just
Okay.
the pace car will stop in front of the
Okay.
cars. We still have the yellow light on and everything like that, getting lined up.
Gotcha. So then we have the infamous black flag.
Have you ever gotten to throw one of those?
I have thrown it a couple times. Usually that comes out whenever I get told to, because I'm just up there like just a little puppet, getting told what to do.
Don't you make
and
recommendations though?
I can,
Okay.
but usually it doesn't.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Roger's
what?
in control.
It's
Yeah.
secretly a
Well, you
one-way
gotta
radio
have-
system.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta have somebody calling the shots. So what would be a reason that a black flag would get thrown?
Either rough driving or you just got a bunch of debris hanging off that's going to come off for a yellow at least. Like a neck brace or something, like a safety equipment is faulty. Any reason for a car that needs to be off the track.
Gotcha. And so you've thrown a black flag.
Yep.
What was the most dramatic reason you had to throw a black flag? Funny or serious or both?
This night at Columbus, it was a sprint car show. Tyler Drucke got dumped by the 5A. I think it was in 3 and 4, and Tyler Drucke would not go to last place. He wanted his spot back, and so he didn't listen on the radio, the receiver that the drivers wear, and I just threw it, and I kind of looked at MRP, and he did not get like DNF or a DQ or anything like that.
They just moved him to the last.
Yeah.
Have you ever had? What was the most? Because I think Black Flag. If you like drama, you got to know about the Black Flag. There's usually drama involved with the Black Flag, in my opinion. At least coming from go-karts, because go-karts, you could just stand. You could get out of your cart and go stand and yell at the flagman. Not that you should, but I've seen people do it. So what was maybe one that you just saw someone drive through the entire field and you had to throw it? What was that story?
Man, I gotta think really hard because I don't know.
I mean, I can think of instances where they should have been thrown after
absolutely.
going from the bottom of the corner up to
Mhm.
the top, but it just depends on, the situation there.
I think one incident that just happened really recently that actually the Black Flag should have came out, but he got moved back to last, which kind of, I think we're both on the same thing. Mary Lynn's or Mary Hahn actually. That instance with James Roebuck, I think he should have actually got Black Flag for that because that was
So,
terrible. But
who makes those calls? Because I feel like to throw a black flag, like I know you said Roger does,
Yeah.
but I feel like there has to be multiple eyes on it to kick someone out of a race.
there is at Columbus, or that's where that happened was
Mhm.
at Columbus. We have a race director. His name's Alan. He makes the calls. But we have like a little infield fence deal, like a deck
Mhm.
that we have like 4 to 5 guys on it.
Oh, okay.
And we just actually got a little camera system there about 2 weeks ago.
That's at Columbus, right?
Yep.
That
Pretty slick.
explains. Okay, so sometimes we're on a yellow lap, and I noticed that this year it takes just a little bit longer, but a lot of things are getting called right.
Yep.
So I'm like, why? Okay. Like it'll take maybe a minute or two, which
Mhm.
isn't too terribly long. And then everyone's getting put in the exact right spot. So that's really nice, actually. It's like
Yeah.
a football play-by-play.
I really like it. Just one night in the modifieds, Anthony Roth and 12 modified. I can't think of his name. They got into it.
Reed Payne.
Yeah, Reed Payne. I should have remembered that, but
James is on it.
yep. They got into it, and actually, they needed someone to come up and look at it, and I was the closest guy there. Everybody else was over there on the scene, so I ran up, and it just went so fast. And they
Really?
didn't have a way to like. I mean, they do now have a way to slow it down, but
Mhm.
at that time, it was still new and everything like that, and it went by so fast that I was like, I have no clue.
See, and I think there's always controversy on whether something should be called or not called. But I feel like, I mean, as a fan or somebody watching, I'm not watching all 20 cars that are out there. That has got to be so hard to do. Is that true? Like, is there a lot of conversations that happen on your headset before a call gets made?
Yeah, we have a lot of conversations. Usually, it's even during the race, and sometimes the headphones won't like get to you, I guess, and it's really hard to hear them because like they'll say like debris in 3 and 4 or something like that, and I can't hear it because I got cars just flying underneath of me.
So, okay.
And I also run the receiver, and so or I have the receiver in my ear, and I can actually hear way better on the receiver than actually the 2 heads.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So speaking of sounds, something that I really want to know, you were the closest person to the Lucas Oil late models and the high limit sprint cars. What was that experience like?
Well, he didn't get a shirt.
What?
Yeah, I didn't. I don't know what it is. They make millions of dollars on these shows, and they can't give out one T-shirt. But
Oh. Well,
it
we
is
can
what it
give you a
is.
t-shirt. We can give you a ticket t-shirt.
All right.
I think I'm madder about that than you are. Like they have you go and flag these events and they make you wear their shirts and they can't even give them to you. Kyle Larson, Brad Sweet, come on. It's just a polo.
It's just a polo.
I mean,
they give it to you and then they take it back?
Yep.
Oh,
yep.
wow.
And
Okay.
then
If I were you, I'd go around the pits and get an
Brad,
autograph before you take it
Kyle.
to him.
that's what my
Come
mom
on.
and my dad said.
Great minds think alike.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Wow.
you said it's loud. Sometimes you can't hear. What
Mhm.
was it like with those late models though?
A lot of dirt.
A lot of dirt. Do you wear goggles?
Well, I have safety glasses that
Okay.
have prescriptions in it. They do a pretty good job. But each lap they drove by, I just got pelted with mud. It was insane. It wasn't even like that for the high limit, but I don't know. I kind of like the high limit just a little bit better.
What?
Because they're sprint cars, right?
Yeah. Well, you got to be on the flag stand.
Okay.
When they fly by you,
Put me in, coach.
That's when it's like, okay, these are actually fast.
Is it because the wing, like the wing is what's closest to you, so it's
Yeah.
smaller than the length of a late model?
I think so.
Car.
I don't know. I don't even know what the speeds were or anything like that between the two, but the sprint car definitely like, wow.
Have you ever flagged a race like that before?
No, just the high limit last year was my
Okay.
biggest event that I've actually flagged.
What was it like the first time a car came at you that fast? Like, did you take a step back at all? Were there times when something was getting sketchy? What was going through your head?
Oh yeah, I was more nervous than not messing up
That's a good point.
than a sprint car, but or come flying at you. But yeah, just I didn't.
So speaking of getting sketchy, have you ran into any of those super sketchy kind of pucker moments?
Yeah.
I don't know how to phrase that any better. I'm sorry.
I think that was great.
Yeah, Cody Ledger and Nate Thompson, I believe, or someone
earlier
else
this year.
rolled. Yeah, this year literally landed right at the
Troy
flag stand.
Sanford, who happens to be tuned in right now. Thanks for listening, Troy.
Yep.
Glad to see you got the thing ready for Beatrice Friday.
Yep. Yeah, they rode right in front of me, and that one was pretty sketchy. And then the 46 hobby stock, he rolled right in front of me.
Oh yeah, the Gillen flip this
Gillen,
year.
Yep. Yeah, those two moments were probably the most pucker moment.
Oh my gosh. Do you have like a plan for if some car comes at you? I mean, you're in this like, I almost said cage. You're in this sand and you're obviously sticking your arm out. So there's an opening. Do you have like a tuck and roll, jump and hope for the best? What's your escape plan?
Usually jump and hope for the best.
Jump and hope for the best.
I just pictured that meme or that little reel that's just like run.
Yes.
So how close is the stand to the track? I'm listening to this conversation and I've seen other flags. I've flagged, at club races and stuff like that.
Right.
You're not really that close to the car, but is this stand that close to the track?
It's really
Okay.
close.
All right.
Yep,
All right. We're missing like the whole context of this story.
Yeah,
Of how close. So how close is it?
I would say probably 50 foot.
Okay.
And that's up, right? Like you're blended in with the catch fence.
Yeah,
So
well,
the
I'm
edge of the
actually
track.
stuck out more than the catch fence.
Yeah, you're between. Yeah, because you have to. You got to put your arm out there, right?
Yeah.
But Eagle has to have about the shortest, like closest to the ground flag stand of any track that I've been to.
Yeah.
But it's also because it's a, kind of a bowl cut racetrack.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to check that out next time because I didn't realize that you were that close. I mean, obviously debris and things like that can come at you, and if there's an accident, people are rolling and
Mhm.
whatever, then anything could be flying, mufflers and steering wheels and
Steering
wheels.
shafts.
Yeah, exactly, and whatever. So yeah.
Fingers. Sometimes you get the fingers flying at you.
Well, yeah.
Ooh, too soon.
Especially with a black flag, right?
Right.
And then it comes out. But you wear safety equipment, yes?
Yeah, I wear white gloves so the drivers can see my hands.
Yeah.
I got safety glasses on, but otherwise that's it. I think we need to get a plexiglass or right in front of the flag stand just so something major doesn't happen.
Or
And-
the other half of the grate.
yeah.
Well, and if the dirt's coming at you, right? Just having a shield.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel very good when it comes flying at you.
The big ones, no.
The big ones,
but the little ones are all right.
Yeah.
But the big ones, I got hit multiple times. This past week or last Saturday, or actually yesterday, pretty big left welts.
Yeah, they don't
and
feel too
everything.
good. Yeah, no.
You need a shield.
Yeah.
Like a shield on your left side.
Yeah.
Bree, have you ever just absolutely gotten slammed with a piece of dirt?
Maybe.
I feel like we could all tell stories on that one.
I actually think when you and I were walking around the pits in the late models, I was trying to keep my cool. And I think you were walking in front of me a little bit, which thank goodness, because I don't think I would have been able to live it down. I got nailed by something. I don't know what it was, but we were like in our ticket gear. So I was just like playing it cool. But there's like other little dirt specks that came with it. And I was blinking the whole night trying to get it out of my like eyes. But I got clocked in the head with a chunk of dirt. So maybe that's what my problem's been.
Ow.
Yeah. I was like, ooh, gotta play it cool. There's really cool late model people here. Don't want to look like I don't belong.
We have a comment on Facebook Jake said, how about wearing a full helmet?
I've been thinking about it, but I don't know. On those hot nights,
Yeah.
you'll sweat even more than what you normally do.
Can we get you a top air suit, like a top air? A top air kit, what it does is there's like a hole or an opening in the top or side of your racing helmet, and then there's a rubber or plastic hose that goes in, and then there's like a little tiny air conditioning fan unit that we're going to call it that you mount on your car. So when you turn it on, you turn that system on, and then it pumps cool air through your helmet.
Yeah.
But how would you wear your headset? Is it a?
They would have
Just do an in-ear.
In-ear.
yeah.
Okay. So you could.
You
pull that
might
out.
look like a scuba diver or an astronaut if you
If
did
you're
that.
gonna wear a helmet, you should wear a spacesuit. You knew right where I was going with
Yes.
that, Bree.
But I think that no, Jake, that's a great idea. If anyone has any other ideas, make sure you comment or text in and let us know. Also, if you have any questions, we've got the guy who is the closest to the track every single weekend with us right now. So let us know. We are going to be taking break fairly soon here. So if you got anything, keep us posted.
Can I ask a question? Like, what does it take to be the head flag person? What is the, because doing high limit or Lucas late models, right? Those are national races, so you can't be a doof. So what does it take?
I don't know. I jumped in as when my brother actually was the assistant flagman behind Billy Lloyd. He stepped away, and then I just texted Billy every single day. I'm like, hey, I want to do this. And he gave me the shot, and then the next year he quit. So then Roger just kind of stepped me up into being the head flagman role, and then I had no idea what I was doing. Absolutely no idea.
But what makes you
You've
good?
done a great job.
Yeah, what
Thank
makes
you.
you good?
Thank
You
you.
respond. I mean, you have to pay attention, right? I've
Yeah.
done flagging at club races, not even remotely the same, but general concept.
Yep.
You got to pay attention.
Yep. I
Got to
mean,
be quick.
I grew up around the racing since I was like 10, so
Mhm.
I kind of know everything. And then my brother, he was the head flagman at Beatrice, no longer is, and then he was the assistant for Eagle, but now he's not.
Mhm.
I learned a lot from him, and then also Billy Lloyd. I still text him to this day. Hey, what do I need to do?
Yeah.
And he'll call me or he'll text me saying, hey, you need to do this. I'm like, okay.
Billy is a name. He actually did when I first started go-kart racing, he was out at Wavelink Race Park
Mhm.
in Waverly, and I remember him. Billy was awesome.
Right.
And he did a lot of our go-kart races for a very long time. So it was kind of cool growing up in that, and then going to Eagle to watch him flag the big cars, as well as when I got into a big car and he was there. So I will say, as someone who has grown up around Billy Lloyd's flagging, you
Yeah.
have filled his shoes.
Oh, man,
you
you-
do a great job.
You
Thank
got to
you.
hang around Billy Lloyd's partying. That is such a great time. That's why I look forward to Race Saver National, so
Mhm.
I can hang out with you and Billy and the crew. And yeah, that's
Yeah,
that's a good time.
we get too drunk that weekend.
You
but
have
it's
fun.
I
but it's-
wasn't going to say it.
Oh,
But I think what we should say is I think we're going to hop into another break here on the finish line. You're listening to 93.7 The Ticket FM.
Your business runs like a well-oiled machine. It's important that your actual machines do too. Stern is here to make sure you don't have to worry about that. They provide solutions for heavy equipment and automotive fuels, lubricants, and equipment guard options. And with Stern's commitment to customer service for the past 40 years, you know you have a partner to help support your operations for years to come. Contact Roger at Stern Company by calling 1-800-477-2744 or visit them online at stern.co. Stern Company, where problems meet solvers.
Ready to score big with your projects? Look no further than Edward Stone, the MVP of natural stone for over 2 decades. Edward Stone is cranking out over 30,000 square feet every week and offers a winning lineup of over 70 quality natural veneer stone selections. Their unbeatable variety and experienced team will ensure your project is a success, whether it's a home renovation or a commercial build. And hey, they're not just about stone. They've got an all-star lineup of fireplaces, cast stone, brick, and much more. Swing by one of their locations in Lincoln or Omaha today and experience the Edward Stone difference, your reliable choice for over 20 years.
And may consider a vote to raise consumer prices by imposing a sales tax on advertising. Nebraska's small businesses would be hit hardest, forcing them to raise prices, meaning we'd all pay more for the things we need. Contact your state senator and tell them no ad tax. Visit noadtaxnebraska.com to find your senator's contact information. That's noadtaxnebraska.com. A message from the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
All right, it's time for Final Jeopardy. It's been a tight contest today that all comes down to this final question. No summer picnic or family get-together or trip to the lake is complete without this particular item. Let's go first to Bob.
What is beer?
No, that's not it. Think about the kids. Over to you, Farley.
What is corn on the cob?
Tough to grill that on a boat. Wrong again. Grace, this time for the win.
What is Bure's cheese spread?
We have a winner! Bure's cheese spread, available in most local grocers in Nebraska.
Why are some people more successful? Is it talent and determination, or did they recognize an opportunity? Discover a career that lets you help families reach their financial goals as you build lasting professional relationships, one with unlimited income potential. From Modern Woodman, a leading fraternal financial services provider.
I'm Modern Woodman Regional Director Sean Erickson. Call me at 402-483-6515 to learn about career opportunities.
Modern Woodman of America, touching lives, securing futures.
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Football season is nearly here, and your long wait for year 2 of Matt Rule is almost over. Gear up for the season with 93.7 The Ticket's coverage of Big Ten Media Days from July 23rd to the 25th, live from Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. Jay Foreman, Amon Green, Adam Carricker, Chancellor Brewington, Derek Pearson, Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Nick Sainer will be in Indy for our shows Tuesday through Thursday. Getting the latest news from Nebraska and everyone else around the conference. Coverage of Big Ten Media Days is brought to you by 1890 Nebraska, Stevens and Smith Construction, The Complex, Warhorse Casino, and Riddles Jewelry.
This is James Harrell with NP Dodge Real Estate. When I became a licensed realtor, I wanted a brokerage that would help me grow in my new career. I found that in Lincoln First Realty. When Lincoln First was acquired by NP Dodge, the training and support I received only got better. I love knowing I have the power of the NP Dodge brand behind me. I would recommend NP Dodge to new agents looking to jumpstart their real estate career and to current agents who want to take their business to the next level.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
Hi, everyone. Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Ready to add a dash of Southern flavor to your week? At Wings and Rings, their brand new Southern fried wings have arrived for a limited time. Indulge in the irresistible goodness of large, traditional bone-in wings coated in a crispy beer batter and fried to perfection. Try them with hot honey or any other sauces. And for those busy summer days coming up, look no further than their Southern Fried Wings Family Bundle. Wings and Rings, 2 Lincoln locations on O Street or Village Lane.
Old School with DP and J.
It's California money, and it's a different kind of money. Hollywood money just is spent differently because it's turned over and created so in full. And oh, by the way, it's the right kind of money when it comes to, because we're in the era now of name, image, and likeness.
Mm-hmm.
And the California schools have that better than everybody else.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Back to the finish line with Bree Fansteel and James Rowland on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right. Welcome back to the finish line here on 93.7 The Ticket. We got James Rowland, Caden Murray, Bree Fansteel, and me, Rebecca Pearson.
And Ben.
And Ben. Master of Buttons, doing an awesome job over there, keeping us on track for our breaks. Thank you for that. We only have a few minutes left in this last segment, so we want to thank our sponsors, Stern Company, Eagle Raceway, and Eagle Motorsports, best chassis builder on the planet with Mike Boston. Hands down. We got the best sponsors, best support group, and we have an awesome guest today with Cade Murray, flagman extraordinaire at multiple racetracks. So we're learning all about flag racing. But Caden, if you don't mind, I'm going to segue to our two illustrious hosts here for them to talk a little bit about what they've been doing for the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, so I've been doing testing and tuning. For those of you that don't know, my goal this year was I wanted to be able to build a motor, an open motor. It was, I don't know, it's just something that I wanted to, I don't want to buy everything. I want to know that I can get in there and just do it. I mean, that's how grassroots racing used to be. They used to build everything. And that is just, there's something about that really attracts me to the sport. But little me, computer geek over here, I don't know how to do those things. And so I actually got in contact with the Final Touch Auto Restoration Shop, and they basically built it, but they let me touch some things. So that was cool. I got to get my hands dirty on that motor, and we put that in. The motor is great, which is good news. Everything that touched it, other than myself, was not great. So we raced Thursday at Columbus, so US 30 Speedway. We raced Beatrice on Friday, and then we raced Eagle on Saturday to try to get all the gremlins out. So it's just been go, go, go. And my team, as well, my sponsors, supporters, and the fans that have been following us have been so great. And literally the only thing keeping me awake while we were going through that, it ended up being, I know we talked last week, I had a coil go bad in the distributor, starter switch was bad, water pump was bad. Keep in mind, all these things were brand new. But our timing light was bad. The thing you use to make the motor beat like it's supposed to. It's like a pacemaker almost for your heart, or teaching your heart how it's supposed to pump blood. That's what the timing light does for the motor. Well, if it's not working right, your motor's not going to work right. So luckily, I actually, I bowed my head. I was praying on my car, forehead on the side of the car, like, Lord, please, whatever, like if it's going to be your way, however it's going to work, can you please help me? And a guy, I believe his name was Jim Johnson, from a late model team, came over with a nice new timing light. And he helped us time it. He's like, hey, this is at 0. We're like, there's no way. And it was. Our timing light was bad this whole time. And then we were having carburetor problems as well. So we fixed those two things up. So we were good to go there. Friday, my throw-out bearing, which again was brand new this year at the beginning of the year, went bad. So we fought that, but I think we have all the gremlins out. And I'm super happy. The motor runs exactly as it's supposed to. So that was definitely a great feeling. So yeah, we've been doing our test and tuning and still getting some track time, some seat time with that. So I'm looking forward to next week.
Excellent. And James, let's see, you were not with us last week, but you tried to call in. That was a little bit of a failed attempt. What did we learn from that exercise?
We're going to get some better headsets, them as in me. So it's kind of just been back and forth and round. Last Friday, I was at Beatrice. Last Saturday, I was at Eagle. Last Sunday, it was Beatrice. Monday was Eagle. Then Friday back at Beatrice, and Saturday back at Eagle. And now I'm here. But coming up next week, surprise, I'm going to be back down at Beatrice Speedway on Friday nights. It's Fair Night coming up this Friday. Ooh. And we've got a good special going on. It's going to be redraw across all 6 divisions, as they are bringing in the Race Saver Sprint cars. $1,000 to win if we can get a 20-car field, thanks to our lovely sponsor, Precise Roofing. We're also going to have a $1,000 front row challenge in memory of Travis Sand. So get yourself out to Beatrice Speedway Friday night, and then Saturday night I'll be back out at Eagle Raceway to hang out with my family. It's actually my birthday week, so we got a bunch of family in town, and they're going to watch me get pelted with water balloons.
Yeah, and it's customer appreciation night again, right?
Yep,
so
just $10.
Oh, $10. Okay, $10 for the whole family.
Now you know the times we're living in financially.
All right. Something to do next week, and I'm going to Motorsports Hastings Motorsports Park. I'm not sure I've got it right. Anyway, that's where I'm going next Saturday to check it out. There's a motorcycle race. I'm going to check out my road course.
Lots
so
of
we can start
racing happening.
talking about it. Yeah. So we are going to go out here. Thank you, Caden Murray, for joining us. Flagman Exceptional something or other. Extraordinaire. There we go.
Extraordinaire.
All right. A brief fan steal, James Rowland. This is the finish line. 93.7 The Ticket. We'll see you next week.
You can get diesel anywhere, but what about Atomic Diesel? That comes from Stern. Atomic Diesel is your solution to all your cold weather problems. Prevent clogged fuel filters, increase your fuel economy, and